North State 1 to item 423. Yes, sir. North State 1 is approximately 2 minutes ETA. Request LZ brief and current conditions. 3016 cleared land LZ. Understanding good copy on variable winds up to 16 knots.
I'm Colonel Freddie Johnson, Jr. I began my journey with the State Highway Patrol in 1995. With hard work and determination, I progressed through the ranks to become the 28th Commander of the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. You are watching a documentary of a North Carolina State Highway Patrol Basic School. These events and commentaries are true to life, and they represent realistic expectations of a cadet during patrol school. We value each and every member of our organization, from civilian employees to cadets, troopers, and all our supervisors. We know our members are our greatest assets. We strongly believe in our core values of loyalty, integrity, and professionalism. Our cadets will face numerous challenges to complete this program. Those of them who weather the storm will become North Carolina State Troopers. Of the thousands who have applied, only 6,000 have earned the title of Trooper. After graduation, each new trooper will continue their training over their career to become an elite law enforcement officer. Each member will have the opportunity for advancement as well as receive specialized training in various positions. This has been a gratifying career, and I encourage you all to pursue your dream. Thank you for watching our presentation, The Cadet.
There is a storm coming. I will not quit. No one will outwork me. I am not the strongest. I am determined. I am not the smartest. I am driven. I never lose. I only win or learn. I will weather the storm.
I'm a North Carolina State Trooper. Let me tell you where my story began.
Left, right, left, right, left, right.
North Basic School. I am your Commandant, First Sergeant Major. Today, start your journey to become a state trooper. For some of you, this will be the most difficult task you have ever endeavored. Standing before you is your basic staff. They will be the ones who mold you, who sculpt you into being state troopers.
I am Jeremy Brewington, Major for the North Carolina Highway Patrol and Director of Training here at the Training Academy. My job is not to produce the perfect trooper. Instead, my goal is to provide cadets with necessary tools and essential skills so that over time, a district is able to train and develop and mentor these young troopers into pillars for the state and beacons in the community and advocates for law-abiding citizens. We do that a few ways. We do that through teaching our core values of professionalism, integrity, and loyalty. But we don't stop there. We also teach our cadets humbleness. We teach them work ethic, and we teach them team building skills. Our ultimate goal is for our districts to be able to successfully train these cadets and for us to set them up for success. We ultimately want our troopers to come home safe each and every night.
So my name is Cadet Alvarado. I'm from Morehead City, North Carolina, which is in Carter County. It's on the East Coast. I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 this month. I'm a cadet in the 164th Basic School here at the Academy and at the State Highway Patrol Training Academy here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So the first day of patrol school, I remember it's complete chaos because you want to stay focused in, stay locked in. So your vision is really just like a hole, like a streamlined hole, and you don't want to look at anybody because you're told not to look at anybody. You're yelling. Lost my voice on the first day. So the very first day, they line you up in front of Building 7, and you stand out there, and then all the troopers come out in their Class A uniforms, all your basic instructors, and they come out there and they're marching left, right, left, and then you start tensing up. Heart goes pounding. You might shake a little bit. My knees were shaking, I remember. And guy comes out there and he says, if you want to be a North Carolina State Trooper, come to this line over here. So we all sprint over there, come out the line, and then they give you a piece of paper on where your room is you need to go, and what building you need to go to your partner, and then you get to the rooms, and I remember like about 3 seconds we were just kind of peace and quiet because there's no troopers around in the rooms. And then more people started coming in and it got loud. Things were thrown everywhere. We had to go find our sweatshirts that we accidentally left. So that was a mistake on our part. We had to make sure everything was organized. But the first day was completely insane, and I just didn't want to go slow. I went as fast as I could, as hard as I could.
I'm Sergeant Elliott Williams. I'm stationed at the North Carolina Basic School. I am one of the assistant commandants here, and the reason why that we are a little hard on the cadets here is because we want them to be stress inoculated. We want them to be prepared when they get on the roadside. If somebody comes up to them yelling and screaming, they won't lose their bearings. That they're able to stay focused, stay calm under pressure, and do their job. We also want to tear them down as an individual because they come in individuals, not as a unit. We want to tear them down and build them back up into a group, into a complete basic school. When they are the 164th, you will see them as one unit. You want to see them all the same, in the same movement, in the same fashion, in the same function. Pretty much as if they're thinking on the same level. To the public, when they see this, they thinking that we're just yelling at them for fun, but there's a method to the madness. We do this because we want them to understand that when they're on the roadside, the training that we give them, there's only one time that they can make a mistake, because if they get on the road and they make that mistake, it could be fatal. And that's one of the things that we want to get into their mind of thinking and training is sometimes I only have one chance.
My name is Cadet Brigman from South Carolina. I have a background in the Marine Corps, served 4 years in the Marine Corps. I wanted to be a state trooper because it showed me a lot of what the Marine Corps has. Becoming a North Carolina state trooper has been a goal of mine for the past 3 years. I remember day one of patrol school, it was chaotic. It was very chaotic. There was a lot going on at one time. It was like being in a jungle and having many different things being thrown at you, trying to pull you that way, pull you this way, trying to get you on track. You were never on track. But it was also scary, but there were times I could take a deep breath, you're gonna be okay. That was my way of getting through day one. It was just, be okay, understand what they're saying, take it slow. Even though you've been rushed through everything, go here, go there, go there. It was fun, but it was also chaotic at the same time.
So the thing that gets me through the patrol school is honestly just knowing that there's an end. And a lot of people like to count the days, but I just know why I'm here, which is to be a trooper. And I know that I want to stay here long enough to succeed that goal.
Cadet Thompson. I'm 21 years old. I am from Stanley County, North Carolina. I remember what it was like the first day of patrol school. It was like complete chaos. It was. You arrive on a Sunday early in the morning, 9 o'clock, and you're there. Your heart's racing. Your hands are sweating. Your ears are ringing because you're getting that tunnel vision of the basic school staff about to come and be theirs for a few months. And it really is complete chaos. The yelling, the screaming, the PT, everything.
There's a lot of different lifestyle changes that you have to make. You don't just walk everywhere, we run everywhere. If we go together as a class, we're marching in a cadence. Every morning we put up flags and salute to the flag when it goes up and salute to the flag when it goes down before chow in the afternoon. Another one is the chow hall. Chow hall is probably one of the most important places because of how you eat changes drastically from when you're used to eating at home. When you eat in the chow hall, you are staring at your own plate. You are not looking around. You're definitely not talking. And when you get done, you put your seat back in. You go around the chow hall a certain way, same way you came back in, and then you leave through the door. And it sounds very simple, but it's everything we do has a purpose.
When I get to Troop E, what they gonna say? When I get to Troop E, what they gonna say? How'd you get to Troop E in just one day? How'd you get to Troop E just one day? I reply with a whole lot of anger. I reply with a whole lot of anger. Blood and guts with a little bit of danger. Blood and guts with a little bit of danger. Ha 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 ha. I can get the truth back.
You know there's something going down, but you don't know what you're facing. Oh no, you hear them voices coming around, and your heart starts racing so loud when the cold wind blows. When they see your eyes, think they got our number, but we ain't gonna lay down here and die. I said, hey, hey,
Lord, left, right, Lord, YOLO, hollow head, oh Lord, left, right, Lord, freeze that, oh! your love, hallowed, oh Lord. Left, right, Lord.
I am Cadet Hymus. I'm at the 164th Basic Patrol School. I'm 29 years of age. I'm from Faison, North Carolina. The reason I wanted to become a state trooper is because I've always liked how a trooper carries himself, their physical appearance, the way they wear their uniform, the way they carry themselves, their demeanor around other people, is the respect that they give to people. I've noticed it, and it goes a long way. And it's the one thing my dad always taught me when I was younger is you want to treat people as you want to be treated yourself. And the number one thing is treat others with respect. And that's one thing I've mainly noticed with Highway Patrol. And regardless of the trooper I met along the way or whenever I worked in my prior agency, I've always had that admiration for them, just the way they carry themselves respectfully.
During taser training, when you're in basic school, first off you have to do a class, so you gotta learn about your taser. And then like when you can use it, how you can use it. We watch some videos on how you can use it. And then we actually are introduced a virtual reality type deal where we're using an augmented taser, which was really cool to see. And it's really cool to see kind of the VR people coming at you and looking at closing distance times and whatnot. So that was really, really neat. And then, of course, most people know you do have to be exposed to the taser, which Highway Patrol has issued the Taser 10s. And they shock you a little bit different. So in the previous years, I've been tased with a different taser, but the Taser 10, it hurt this time.
The feeling when you get when you being tased, is just, it's uncontrolled, like something else is taking over your body. OC spray training was different here. I've been sprayed maybe 3 times. Here it's a lot different. In the other places I've been sprayed, it's just, get sprayed and then you move on to something else. Here you get sprayed and you do push-ups first, and then you get sprayed, and then you simulate something that can possibly happen to you on the road. You get sprayed and you still have to put somebody in handcuffs. It teaches you, calmness and, hey, slow down, you're okay. Just remember, use the resources that you have around you. Even though your eyes is on fire, you can open your eyes and see what you're doing. Be able to, talk and direct yourself around while in panic mode. It teaches you calm and panic at the same time.
My name's Cadet Matthew Rock. I'm from Craven County, New Bern, North Carolina. I have a background in criminal justice. I want to be a state trooper because I had the fortune to have a very great mentor, my father, who was a first sergeant in North Carolina State Highway Patrol. He got on in 1992 and retired in 2019. He is more than the profound reason as to why I want to be a state trooper. He somebody I looked up to greatly. I saw what this career did for him, the things he was able to accomplish in his career, and the life that it was able to give me growing up as a young kid all the way up to age 25, which I am now. It's something I want to be able to afford to my family when I get older, and have that career to where somebody looks up to me the way that I looked up to him.
X-ray 819, the track is clear. Go ahead.
10-4.
My name is Ricky West, and I'm stationed here at the Training Academy as a lead driving instructor for the Highway Patrol. There are some expectations of cadets during driver training. Some of the expectations is to come in with an open mind, listen to what they're being instructed, and do what they're told. The most important thing that the cadets should learn while they're here during driving is safety. Safety takes precedence over everything else. If they don't get to where they're going, then they can't help nobody.
So during driver's training, we have this part in training where we call it the skid pad, where it teaches you how to properly control your vehicle while going through wet surfaces on the road. So you might be in a situation where you're going after a subject, or you got somebody speeding, you have to turn around quickly. Doing the skid pad teaches you that if it's raining or even with snow on the road, it teaches you how to properly control your vehicle. In a situation doing the skid pad, you're going through a quick motion, you make a quick evasive turn, it teaches you how to properly your brakes lock up on you and you slide to get it back straight to get where you need to go. So it basically just teaches you safe driving during weather conditions.
So I learned how to control a vehicle whenever it's hydroplaning. I learned how to do a proper pit, which is precision immobilization technique that us as state troopers and law enforcement officers use whenever we needed to stop an offender. It might be a felon, it might be somebody that's fleeing to elude, and they showed us how to do it properly. And make sure before we even do anything, how to check the vehicle, make sure there's nobody innocent in there, that they might be holding kidnapped. They also showed us how to drive at a high rate of speed, which probably that was my favorite part of the whole driving course, because you push that car to the limits you never thought you were capable of pushing it through. And they would tell you, don't tap on the brake from the get-go. We're going to keep it at a certain speed. For example, maybe start off at 55 miles an hour, and then they'll tell you to increase it to 70. And then once you get somewhat comfortable with how the vehicle actually steers, maneuvers, and where the braking points are at, they'll tell you go ahead and just push it to the limits and see how comfortable you can get with the vehicle. But they do it in a safe environment too. They're not going to set you in a car just with the seatbelt. The vehicles here are actually equipped with a rolling cage. So if something were to happen, because training can fail, it's not always a perfect scenario, but if something were to happen, the vehicle is equipped to make sure that you're safe, along with the driving instructor that's riding with you, provide a helmet, provide a harness for you. You get a lot of training that you probably won't ever get it on any other agency. And I'm saying this from my point of view, from where I came from. I've never received this type of training in my whole 7 years of law enforcement.
All of our cadets go through a basic rifle program to learn the basics of fundamentals through the rifle. Once we build that platform of the basics, we kind of push on to that and work around vehicles, shoot around vehicles, moving with the carbine, and our everyday, that potential of what that shooter could do.
We really push our cadets out here when they're out here with us during those firearm training portion to not just think of it as a next test or something that's just got to be passed. We encourage them to think about this in the fact that a deadly force situation, while we hope it never happens to our cadets when they become troopers, the reality is it could happen on their first day of training or on their last day of a 30-year career, and anywhere in between. And we want to make sure our cadets understand that the reason we're out here and we're doing all this is to have them as prepared as possible so that they can survive when that bad day comes.
Receiving my issued firearm was the best feeling in the world. I could not get that smile off my face that entire day. Most of the firearm training that we did was a lot of shooting around the car, how to manipulate a car with a firearm and or a rifle, whether that be shoot through the A pillar, B pillar, C pillar to see if the rounds would go through it, finding the window seals and the window gaps to be able to manipulate the car and shoot through it, or shoot under the car. I also do a stress test in the firearms block where you will do multiple scenarios of that.
So the active shooter training, you get with the same firearms, and it's a couple of the same firearms instructors teach that block, and they have great knowledge on this as well. And basically it's to simulate and get you in the mindset of, hey, if you're on the road and you get a call that there's an active shooter at a school or a bank or whatever the case may be, you know what to do in that scenario. So they go through a PowerPoint on different terminology that you may use in an active shooter situation. And so when you do the practical portion, they teach you how to clear rooms properly, effective communication, and everything like that. And so when you're put in this situation, you get dispatched to an active shooter. You go in, simulated gunshots are going off, people are yelling, people running down the hallway, and you in milliseconds have to think on your feet, hey, does that guy running towards me, is he just an innocent civilian, or does he have a gun tucked away, so as I get down the hallway he might turn around and shoot me in the back.
Another thing that they are big on here at the patrol school is DT class, which stands for Defensive Tactics. What Defensive Tactics is essentially they teach you self-defense, how to place an offender that might be combative or somebody that's not even combative into place them in under arrest. And what you will do is they'll start you off baby steps. They'll start teaching you, how to do a proper backfall, how to shrimp out of a certain move. They will teach you how to get somebody off of you if they go and do mount, which mounting is basically you fall on your back and somebody happens to get on top of you and straddle you. You have no control of your hips at all whatsoever. You learn how to get that person off of you the proper way. And then once you get them off of you, you learn how to take them into arrest, or how to get out of what they call the guard. So if somebody wraps their legs around your waist, how to get out of there properly. And you learn how to do all those moves. And somebody that has never been in a fighting place or doesn't train, whether it be jiu-jitsu, boxing, whatever the case may be, this class is really, really beneficial. And they harp on safety, officer safety. And that's why this class was one of the bigger fundamental parts to patrol school. Because if you're coming here and you have never been in a physical fight, you have never done anything to place anybody under arrest, you're gonna learn how to do that properly. And it makes you more confident. And it makes you confident in the abilities that you have learned here. And they harp on, you need to build on this once you get out of school. Don't stop training.
I'm Cadet McSwain. I'm from Rutherford County. Collision investigation was a different week from what I'm used to. Collision really required me to think more about it, especially they put you into tricky situations that would happen in real life. It would be like, oh, you're in a neighborhood, but it's 3 vehicles involved and it's on 3 different property lines. You got to think about all this. How are you going to accord it? My papers were marked all over with red ink my first time, but through the coaching and the teachings of that class, I was able to pick it up within a week or so, and I would like to say I'm pretty fluent at them now.
When doing measurements, there's 2 methods. There's the coordinate method and the triangulation method. With the coordinate method, you need a base point, you need a reference point, and they always want you to use intangible objects, stuff that cannot move, which that would be, i.e. a utility pole, fire hydrant, anything along those sorts. And they teach you that in advanced collision, and they'll help you through the scenarios that you do. But at the end of the day, it's on you, and they want you to learn how to do it.
Water was a different week. I enjoyed that week a lot. It was very informative to learn, especially after the hurricane, because my hometown was swept away. Chimney Rock was swept away by the river, and I know it's very important to have information like that in case another scenario like that arises. You just never know when something like that's going to happen. Learning to stay near vehicles, how to watch out for the eddies and currents, and coming off vehicles if they're stuck into a river, and just handling that was something that I've never had training for, or never even thought about training for until today.
hat badge is extreme importance to the Highway Patrol uniform. It is the piece of uniform that has not been changed in probably since the Highway Patrol started. It has stayed the same from 1929 to 2024. Everybody that comes in contact with the patrol sees that hat badge and relates it to the Highway Patrol and what they stand for. While you're out there, they give you a speech, motivational speech, and they one by one, each of the basic school staff comes by and tells you, congratulations, keep up the good work, and they hand you your hat badge. What this ceremony for me meant was it had a profound effect on me because, as I mentioned earlier, my dad was a retired first sergeant from the Highway Patrol. They were able to get the hat badge that he wore from his hat and put it in the box with all the other hat badges. And when my lead instructor came around, he told me what he told me, and he said, your dad gave us your hat badge because he figured you would want to be able to have it and to wear it on your hat. And so shake his hand, and he puts the hat badge in your left hand, and that's probably one of the most proud moments I've felt in a long time, being able to have the hat badge that my dad wore for 30 years of his career. That was a profound effect on me, and something I will never ever forget throughout my career and the rest of my life.
So whenever we first got our Class A's, which is the actual full uniform, which is a silver uniform that everybody knows traditionally Highway Patrol wears, with the black patch on the side and the gold outlining. It was kind of surreal to actually put it on, and we were putting it on for the pictures that we were going to take, and it felt very, very surreal to put that uniform on with my name on the side, Hymus, and North Carolina Highway Patrol patches on the side, the tie with the actual North Carolina tack on it, the silver pants, and we take our campaign hat with the hat badge that we received, and we go to the building where we take the photographs, and they put the badge on you just solely for the pictures. And when you put that campaign cover, it felt like I had completed everything, even though I wasn't quite done, but it felt very surreal. You put that hat with the badge on and the full uniform, and you think nobody can tell you anything. You've made it, but in reality, you still got to remain humble because you still haven't completed it. There's still a lot of training to do, but it felt really, really incredible to put that on. And I can just imagine what it's going to feel like whenever I walk across that stage.
Today, the cadets from the 164th, it's a day we all look forward to, and we came and got our patrol vehicles that are assigned to us with our call sign number, the county that we're going to. It's a huge milestone in the academy. We've all been looking forward to driving this silver bullet, what they call it, on the road, and it's an amazing feeling. I really don't have any words to explain it. It's something that everybody that comes to the academy is going to have to experience for themselves, and those that have been in the academy understand the feeling of seeing your patrol car that's assigned to you, your call number, for the first time. It's like Christmas. Thank y'all. God bless.
So I'm really looking forward to graduation day because I can see my family, and I'm ready to see their smile and how happy they're going to be to see me walk that stage. And it's not just my sacrifice, they've also made sacrifices for me to complete this program.
The best part about graduation day will probably be looking at my father after I've graduated, knowing I've completed something that's worth a value, and getting to see all my fellow classmates graduate with their hats on, their badges.
I'd have to say the most forward I'm looking to at graduation is my family being able to finally pat me on the back and tell me congratulations, and being able to see me in that Class A uniform that not only I worked so hard for, sacrificed for, but them as well, because I wouldn't be here at the point I am today if it wasn't for them.
faithfully and impartially execute the duties of my office as Trooper of the State Highway Patrol according to the best of my skills, abilities, and judgment, so help me God. Please respond by saying, I will. I will! Congratulations.